Berlin has made the move as it accuses Italy of not fulfilling its own obligations to migrants by taking them back from Germany. Germany has backed out of a commitment to accept refugees from Italy in a dispute over whether Rome has failed to meet its own obligations in taking back migrants in an EU scheme. Berlin had pledged voluntarily to take in 3,500 migrants to help other EU states, an Interior Ministry spokesperson said yesterday, and has taken in over 1,700 under the scheme. But now Germany has pointed the finger at Italy, saying it has for some time stopped receiving migrants returned from Germany under the Dublin regulations. Berlin therefore announced it would postpone until further notice its offer of support, disrupting solidarity between the EU nations. A spokesperson for Berlin said yesterday that under the Dublin regulations, over 12,400 people should be returned to their first point of entry to the EU from Germany, but claimed only 10 have relocated to Italy. According to the regulations, migrants are supposed to stay in the EU country they reach first. If they move on to another, they are to be relocated to their first point of entry. The spokesperson added, given the currently high migratory pressure of Germany, the ongoing suspension of Dublin transfers by some member states, including Italy, reinforces the major challenges Germany is currently facing in terms of its reception and accommodation capacity. Italy is among the most affected by an increase in migrant entries of 13% year-on-year, with over 123,800 arriving so far this year. A key campaign focus for hard-right Giorgia Meloni had been her focus on controlling migration, making the dispute a particularly crucial one for the Italian premier. Over a single 24-hour period on Tuesday, around 120 boats of 6,800 migrants arrived on the shores of Lampedusa, more than doubling the island's population. And when the Coast Guard attempted to help the boat, it tipped over, sending a mother and her 5-month-old baby into the sea, according to Italian Rai State TV. While the woman was rescued, her baby sadly died. The dispute between Italy and Germany directly conflicts with the message of unity pushed by Ursula von der Leyen, who yesterday said that to manage migration, the EU needs endurance and patient work with key partners. And France is driving further conflict between nations in the bloc as it seeks to introduce tough measures to stop migrants entering the country from Italy. On Tuesday, French Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin visited the town of Menton to announce new measures to halt the flow of migrants, including policing and technological means like drones. Police presence is set to be doubled with an additional 70 reservists, as well as soldiers from the Sentinel force that combs French cities against terror attacks. The arrival of so many migrants in such a short period of time represents an act of war against Italy, said Matteo Salvini, the Deputy Prime Minister and Transport Minister. He even suggested the influx was a plot to destabilize the country, although did not make a direct accusation. He told the Foreign Press Club in Rome, "I'm convinced that there is a plan, some degree of control, behind this. If more than 100 boats arrive in a few hours, this is not something spontaneous, it is organized, an act of war." The problem does not just affect Lampedusa because they then go to Rome, Milan, Turin, Naples, Palermo, with unfortunate consequences. So far this year, 124,000 migrants and refugees have arrived in Italy, compared with 65,000 in the same period last year and 41,000 in the corresponding period in 2021.